All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutation unto the hopeful elect, the 1/3 of Yashar Allah, upholding the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Peace and salutations. This is the brother Bakwasha, and I just did a quick word search, and man, the spirit is so cold. The way Yahweh Shemiah Shai has used certain words and terms, and all of this is in accordance with prophecy. But even just by using this word redeemed, every scripture that I've read so far only applies to Israel, only applies to the children of Israel. And so, because that's what the scriptures are about, man. Yahweh Shemiah Shai, okay, sending Yahweh Shai to deliver his people. Okay, all the rest of these other heathen nations, as scripture says, they are nothing, man. You know, they're counted less than nothing. They're not the key factors, you know, when it comes to prophecy, when it comes to scriptures. It's Jacob and Esau. Okay, and soon it won't even be Esau any longer. So anyway, I'm just gonna bring out a couple quick scriptures. Let's start here. Deuteronomy 7:8. It says, "But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand." Okay, because obviously, you know, the chariots of Yahweh Shemiah Shai, the spirit of Yahweh Shai leading our people out of the captivity of the Egyptians. It says, "Hath the Lord Yahweh Shemiah Shai brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt." So let's go into this word here, redeemed, real quick. The word here is
Strong's H6299. Padah. Padah.
padah. It says ransom, redeem, rescue, deliver. Okay? Because once again, we were in the hands of the Egyptians, which we were in bondage. Okay? We were in straits. Okay? And it says generally to release. Okay? And so when it comes to redeeming, okay, when it comes to redeeming, we are the only ones that were in captivity that needed to be delivered or rescued or released. Scripture talks about the captive exile. This is Isaiah 51:14. It says, "The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail." That pit, in spiritually terms, okay, is Egypt, ancient Egypt, and spiritual Egypt, being Babylon, aka America, because we are yet this day in our captivity. Because these captives are Israelites that needed to be loosened. Okay, let's see here. Let's start at verse 11. "Therefore the redeemed," oh man, call Allah Yahweh Shemiah Shai. Come on, man. "Therefore the redeemed of the Lord shall return and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. they shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. I, even I, am he that comforted you. Who art thou that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man, which shall be made as grass? And forgettest the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, thy maker, that hath stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor, as if he were ready to destroy. And where is the fury of the oppressor? Verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. Okay. And so going to show you once again, these scriptures only pertain to the hopeful elect, man. But even beyond that, in this lesson specifically, the only people that can be redeemed are Israelites. Okay, let's find another one real quick. Like I said, this is just through the Spirit. I was just looking up the word redeemed. But as I was reading, because, these other heathen nations, they try to do away with the Old Testament. But even if you read in the book of Revelation 14, verse 4, it says, these are they which were not defiled with women. Who is this talking about? Now, this is talking about the hopeful elect, but also a part of Israel. Okay? It says, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb. Okay? But once again, if we read any other verses that talk about being redeemed, this is Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel. See, and that's why I like talking to Christians or people that claim that they know the Bible. It's almost a moot point. Okay, because if we were to even to do a word search on the Lord Yahweh of Israel, it'll never say of any of the rest of these other heathen nations, man. And this is in the New Testament. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. His is personal, possessive. Okay? People, not all people, his people. Those people are the children of Israel, okay? That needed to be delivered from the captivities in which we've been in. This is Jeremiah 31, verse 11. For the Lord Yahweh hath redeemed Jacob, okay, and ransomed. That was the word, one of the definitions for redeemed. And ransomed, meaning there had to be an exchange, okay, in order to be delivered. That exchange was Yahweh's sacrifice, okay? It says, and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he, okay? Because when you are in captivity, whoever is your oppressor has more strength than you. Because if so, then we would have been, by our own power and strength, been able to deliver ourselves from this captivity. But we needed Yahweh, which is stronger than the one that has us in captivity. Okay? I'm telling you, yeah, you can read any of these. There was another one I wanted to read. This is Psalms 107, verse 2. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so. And, these are verses that in the quote unquote church, they think that, it's just being redeemed. They're like, no, we have enemies, man. It says, Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, whom he hath redeemed from the hand of the enemy. Yeah, Satan is an enemy, but there's also the accomplices, okay, of Satan, okay, the sons of the wicked, okay, that have our people in captivity, that have their minds and their spirits in captivity, that are the enemies, okay, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We'll bring out one more. This is Psalms 106 and 10. And he saved them from the hand of him that hated them and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy, man. And each time this is talking about Zion. This is talking about Israel. Zion, Isaiah 1 and 27. Zion shall be redeemed with judgment and her converts with righteousness. Isaiah 44 and 22. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. And this ain't talking about nobody else but the children of Israel, because the very next verse, let's read that. Sing, O ye heavens, for the Lord hath done it. Shout, ye lower parts of the earth. Break forth into singing, ye mountains, O forest, and every tree therein. For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob and glorified himself in Israel. So yeah, there's no way around redemption. Okay. Revelation 5 and 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and has redeemed us to Yahweh by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. So once again, the only way, and well, I'll read Revelation 14 and 3, but the only way that we can be redeemed is by Revelation, the 5th chapter. Yahushua's sacrifice. It says it right there. It says, and has redeemed us to Yahweh by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. Revelation 14 and 3. And they sung as it were a new song. Okay. All of this in Revelation is talking about this new song, right? Which is us realizing who we are as a people. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai awakening us to who we are as a people. Okay. Now being out there on the highways and byways, proclaiming this new song, okay, to the hopeful elect that are going to hear it, okay? Revelation 14 and 3, and they sung it as it were a new song or a refreshed song, okay, kainos. It says, before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth, okay? And matter of fact, let's get this word here, redeemed, in the New Testament, since we brought it out in the Old Testament.
Strong's G59, agarazzo. Agarazzo.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a root word of agora. Okay, it says to be in the marketplace, to attend it, to do business there, buy or sell, of idle people, to haunt the marketplace, lounge there. Okay, it says to go to market, i.e., by implication, to purchase, to redeem, especially to redeem. Wow. Golly, bro. You see, importance of words, man. You know, and call Allah like Yahweh Shimi Awashai, man, for the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, man. Because no one pushed going into words and languages and things of that sort more than the apostles that I've ever seen, you know? And man, bro, that's why the scripture talks about how we have piped unto you, but you haven't danced, man. You know? But we out there on the highways and byways, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shai to redeem who? The elect of the children of Israel. Okay? To purchase back, to buy back. We got the blood, man. Woo, man, it's the spirit. We got the blood of Yahweh Shai as a as that means of redemption, man. Because that was the only thing that was going to get us out of captivity. A sacrifice. A blood sacrifice. Okay? So, really, hey, that's all I wanted to cover in the spirit. You know, it was just going over, you know, some words and some terms and through the spirit, you know, Lord will, this was edifying for the elect. And until next time, Shalom.